Okay, we are live. Let's see. Do I still have stuff? Here we go. I don't want to mess with that. Okay. So yeah, in case you're wondering, I'm just testing this out. Haven't really played with settings, so let's see, is this? Yeah. All right. It's a little darker with my fancy new lamp. Although, I guess I gotta. My cats keep running into my webcam, so it would be lower on my desk, which would be brighter. But mostly I'm here just checking the quality of the stream, because it's been forever since I streamed. And I got some new work. Because I definitely need to be making some cash. And I've been doing some Zooms, and while I'm not hosting the Zooms, I'm in the Zoom, and surprisingly, that has worked. So I was curious if my streaming is back, and I'm not getting any bars. So I guess that's a plus. I guess that's a good sign. Yeah, 4 minutes in, and I haven't gotten one bar. That's crazy. Crazy. I wonder if I move. I can't do it from here. Okay. Oh, or I can actually move it a little closer and move it on the other side. Yeah, I can move my lamp where my webcam would be directly underneath. Hey, Jay. Oh, so yeah, this is what Jay says. Oh, hey, I was still waiting in the test. Yeah, I did a test stream just a minute ago. I even showed up in Instagram. What was happening with it? Yeah, the test I did, I had 2 bars and then I got 1 bar. But I was using my other browser. Usually when I stream, I use the browser I don't normally use, so it doesn't have a 1,000 things attached to it and nothing else active, which makes for better streaming. So that is why I opt out and opt back in. And yeah, 6 minutes in, and you tell me, Jay, how's, I can get the picture better. It's a little darker than normal. So the video, as the kids say, but I assume the audio is okay. And shockingly, no problem. No problem with bars. My friend Allison has been telling me quite a while. Yeah, the audio is fine. Okay, cool. That she wants me to come back to streaming. I'm still of the thought of making videos, but and I've done a couple of whatchamacallits. Shorts, YouTube shorts, just because I was curious about those. Nothing, nothing earth shattering. Just like been inactive, and I've been wanting to get back to it. This past week has set me back a little bit. I've been trying to draw more and be active on Patreon, and that all went out the window. I had to deal with some other stuff. But also, I like the way you said video. Yeah, I'll have to play it back. I'm not sure what I said. So, anyone that knows me knows I love movies and TV shows and whatnot. And although I already saw it, I want to say a couple months ago, it seems like. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy again. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I should say. And I enjoyed it the first time, and I enjoyed it just as much last night. It's one of the better movies, of late from Marvel. Just the way you said video was amusing. I was supposed to go into Philly today, but then the reason I was taken away. Now I'm going to have to take a day of work to get the errand done. Meh. No, that sucks. Well, this weekend, and I've been watching Richard Friend's live streams. This weekend is San Diego. I made a funny little post on my Facebook, Twitter, saying I wasn't there. But if people want to come out to my house, I'll make some coffee and pick up some donuts or something. No, that's not true. But yeah, watch Guardians 3 again, and I will say it's just as good the second time. Obviously I knew what was happening the second time going in, but yeah, James Gunn, I love his writing, love his movies. We'll see what he can do over at DC. Although the lineup of the characters he's going to use doesn't exactly have me excited. So, but I guess I gotta trust. Jay's like, I was gonna say what about people coming to your house? Yeah. I don't have a fancy house. I don't have a house worthy of entertaining. Plenty of people come by here, but not fans. Not the fans. Yeah, well, hopefully things go much better the rest of this year and get on track and get a few things out. If not this year, then the early part of next year, and maybe then I can start thinking about doing comic conventions again. Right now, after this past year, it's like I've come to the conclusion that I've gone completely insane. With all that's gone on in my life. So the fact that I can do anything is a good sign. So yeah, we'll see. Rich friend ran into, well, he's been doing these live streams and ran into a bunch of people, but two people in particular he ran into. Well, he passed by Jim Calfury, and I've seen Jim Calfury set up at conventions. I know him by his setup. And anybody watching that doesn't know, it's like Jim Calfury is probably the artist I worked on the most in regards to my work with Marvel and DC back in the 90s. We did Aquaman together, and that was 3 years, and did a bunch of Marvel work. And Marvel, I got to work on a lot of other artists, and that was due to me working with the X-Men editors. Unfortunately, it was like 2 and 3 pages here and there, and everything was overnight and blah blah blah. So I didn't get to do full books, which kind of sucks. But my attitude is I'm always happy to just get work. Well, that is slowly changing. Finally, dear God. Sings Bailey, Insane in the Membrane. I heard that song recently somewhere. I don't know why, but yes, I am insane in the man brain. So yeah, maybe I was intending just to test this and see if this freaking works. After all this time, I'm not a tech guy, and everything I learned by trial and error. I'm not a computer guy, and the fact that I can do anything with computers is a miracle sometimes. But like when there's an issue, I could spend hours and days on just fiddling about. Anyway, when I got back from Florida, what was working for the most part, which is me streaming, had all these issues. And, I may come across that again, but this is, to me, this is pretty wild that it's working at all. Maybe it's the time I'm doing it. No, I'm pretty sure when I trialed and errored, it was around this time. But my setup is pretty much the same. I did a kind of a major studio overhaul, but that was really about cleaning it up and getting more organized, and got a whole slew of new supplies and all that jazz. I'm also surprised that none of my cats are attacking me right now. But I think two or three are sleeping inside, and whoever is not is outside, out and about. But yeah, so kudos to the universe. It looks like my streaming is working. So I could try to do that again. Yeah, so technically this is a test. And I'll connect with Allison and let her know that things are working. And get on her show. Allison McGlon on YouTube has her own show. It also streams with the Indie Comic Network. They stream it across various channels, so it reaches more people, something like that. And yeah, I mean, when things are working over here, I can stream multiple places. For a while there, I was streaming on YouTube and Facebook. It's been a long time, but this hasn't been a normal year for me whatsoever. What is it? In a week and such days, it will be 1 year since I lost my best friend, Lisa. And that really crushed my soul. But definitely dealing with it better. Finally, like initially I was still working and still moving forward, and that lasted about a month. Well, I didn't actually work. I streamed 30 plus times with Mark Torres to promote Designated, a book I'm inking as a graphic novel. And unfortunately, all that effort led to nothing. And that sort of sent me into a spiral. But luckily, we did, I don't even know, a couple months ago or whatever it was it while I was gone? I forget now. We crowdfunded just the first issue, just in black and white, because the as a whole, the graphic novel was supposed to be in color, full color. But coloring very expensive. So Mark decided to go and attempt just the first issue, just in black and white, and we successfully did that. Even though we didn't reach our goal on the site, but it was through Crowdfunder. That's Crowdfunder with just an R at the end, not an ER. Wish it was a different name. Yeah, so we got the first issue out. I even got a copy. I'm working on the second issue. Got a batch of pages to finish inking on. And then we'll crowdfund the second issue and so on and so on. And hopefully we can do much better with the second issue, our second crowdfunder, for single issue. Oh, hey, more peoples. Okay, let's see. Sideburns. I should be on camera, right? Sad faces. And yeah. Praying. Oh, there he is. It's Mark, otherwise known as It Came from the Radio. And he said, well, not nothing. And that's right. People can still buy the first issue for anyone interested. Did I give you control here, Mark? Can you put a link in? I can't start opening up things because then my computer will be overpowered. But, well, I guess if you go to Crowdfunder and type in designated, you'll find our Crowdfunder page, and there you can get a copy of the book for anyone interested. And also all the art from the first issue is available if anybody's interested in buying some pages. That would help us out immensely. And Jay said, if not, I can post, or at least I think again. I've got the wrench. Yeah, go for it. If you post that link. I know I gave I think at least 50 people have wrenches. I forget who though. It's been so long. And all of a sudden my foot is falling asleep. So such is the hazards of comic book artists. It's funny. At some point, I put the subtitle here, "Master of the Inks," even though I'm pencil doodling. I should actually come on here and sketch in ink. I think that some people would be fascinated by that. Although sketching in ink, I'm a little rusty on. There he goes. Yep, I see it. So just memorize this address and type it in. Now you can go into the chat and click on that. That will send you over to the crowdfunder. on our designated page. Thank you very much, Jay. You are appreciated. So yeah, I mean, not only losing my best friend in the world, but then I was in Florida for 3 months. What was it? It was December, January, and most of February. And in between losing Lisa and being in Florida, my getting work crashed and burned. I guess because people knew I was leaving and weren't exactly throwing me work. So my career, well, I wouldn't say career. My workload took a big hit. And then I was gone for 3 months, and I wasn't really working, although I was thinking about it heavily. Which is something I do on I wouldn't say it's vacation, but I kind of had that vacation mentality. I wasn't working. I only took some notes. I was thinking about writing out there, but I couldn't focus. I would focus and doing other things. I mean, I was with family. So then I returned, and instead of getting back into the swing of things right away, I couldn't focus on work because I didn't work for so long. So I did what any other average man would do. I got insanely girl crazy for a while. Which in the end led to nothing. Because she left me. So anyway. That's such as life. But yeah, just this past month has been much, much, much better. Still got a ways to go. Let's see. So Mark says, thanks. And what happened to the Great American Novel? I wrote a basic outline when I was out in Florida. And I fiddled around with it a little bit when I got back. But really, I had to just get back into the rhythm of work, which, I still have ways to go, but I would say screw this past year of my life. This has definitely been the worst in regards to doing comic work and being, I don't know, just it wasn't always about being active. I mean, not in my early years of working in comics. I mean, active as in networking and everything we do, or I do nowadays online, except for this past year. But previous to all this drama and life and whatnot, I've been thinking of exactly what am I doing online, and is it effective, and is it what I really want in the end, and all that. I can get really good at it. Like I've been really good at it at times. But does it do me any good? It doesn't. Doesn't always. It doesn't. It certainly doesn't always pay my bills. It's much more important that I get work done, and that's what pays my bills. It is fun hanging out with friends. Like I just randomly stream, and here's some of my friends out here hanging out, and that's definitely fun and awesome and motivating. I guess what I'm saying is, like, I was watching so many other people's streams and keeping track of what everybody else was doing. That end of it is like I could do that somewhat. Like, it was fun hanging out, watching Rich stream and seeing. Well, he was, and I'm off camera. Sorry about that. I really got to fine tune my setup here because it's like this is the top part of my desk, and I'm way down this way. Anyway, I'm leaning into it just to sketch here. Yes, so Rich was running into some art dealers, and he was showing off, looking at some amazing artwork earlier today. I definitely recommend his channel if you are in comics, inspiring an artist, whatever. Like, he definitely, he has a Patreon where he has so many tutorials. He has free tutorials up on his YouTube as well, but a lot more in his Patreon. But definitely, like, him dissecting comics and artists and what he's very informative, very, very wise, very wise. Like everybody's got something to give, and that's why I get caught up and start watching everybody, and can't do that. There's not enough time in the world, for somebody to be a disciplined writer, artist, anything, and accomplish a lot of their own works. Something's got to give. You got to sacrifice something, and yeah, I am interested in, since it looks like everything's working now, streaming more. And we'll test how well it does with streaming with others. And if that's the case, maybe we could start having guests again on my channel. But I won't go crazy. It's more about getting work done. Girl crazy is a natural state of man. Yes, definitely has been that. Thanks for the purchase. I'll send out the book this week. Awesome. Thanks, Jay. Dark Water at Boom. Hey, Rex. Devil Flyer. Video explosion. There you go. And Jay says, my pleasure, my pleasure. Cool. Yeah, I'm still in a state of shock that this is freaking working. I swear, for weeks I was working on my setup, and I just had, it wasn't strong enough. Maybe I cleaned up my computer and files on it. I don't know. Maybe I cleaned up my browser. I don't know what the hell, where the problem was. Like, I'm plugged in directly. A couple of people have mentioned, like, you know, are you streaming via Wi-Fi? It's like, no, I'm plugged in. I'm direct. I'm Ethernet. So that's not the issue. And, you know, I know, like, with my internet, I don't have the strongest internet, and I'm out in a small town of Kentucky. And it's as strong as I can get here. Maybe, you know, when I'm lucky enough to move to a different part of this town, because you know, I'm not thinking of moving towns and just thinking of moving locations. I think I'm in a sort of triangle of weaker internet. You know, if I was 5 blocks in a different direction, I think I can get more internet options too. Although, you know, I think I got the best video option, you know, as far as internet provider, whatnot. Oh, Sandy. Yeah, you know, it's funny. The picture looked very familiar, but you changed your name. How have you been? Well, yeah, we haven't talked in a while. Yeah, I definitely miss you. Miss you. I've sort of talked about what the past year has been, which is, it hasn't been my best year. To sum it up briefly, but I'm making a comeback. They can knock me down, but they can't keep me out. So that's you know, this what I'm doing here today and just sketching is I'm really just checking my internet, my streaming ability, and if I can do this. And it seems like everything's working. So, you know, you'll probably see me here more often, and I can get some friends like you on again who are definitely more talented than I will ever be. Dark and water means dark water. I think it would be easy to remember. How's your brother? My brother is currently in Florida, in San Diego with Amanda. You're talking about Jimmy, right? I got other brothers too, but I don't think you're talking about them. Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor, and Amanda Connor being my sister-in-law since they're married, are in San Diego, and they're doing well. Jimmy's got a new Kickstarter, 19th Kickstarter he's done, and that, I could be wrong, but I think it's the highest grossing Kickstarter he's done out of all of them. It, you know, last time I looked, it was like 71,000. So it's doing really, really well. And it was 20 days, probably 19 days right now. And that's Trigger Girl 6, something like that. And it's a character he created. He had a few books called Creator-Owned Heroes, and there was a bunch of characters created in those books. And Trigger Girl was one of them. And so this is a full-length adventure that, you know, he gets to revisit the character and expand on her story. And it's doing really well. And one of the things I know he's doing in San Diego is a panel, him and Amanda, with some other guests about kickstarting your comic. And I think it's hosted by Brian Polito, of course, the master of crowdfunding, it seems. And Sandy goes, sorry I haven't been online. 2 of our furry family passed away, and we've been having some issues too. Love to hang out. Awesome. I mean, the last part, of course, it's always hard losing our furry friends. And more talents. You're so good. I really want to start doing hangouts. Want to interact with other artists. There's none here, and there's no art clubs for 100s of miles. Oh, you mean, yeah, where you live? I hear that. Yeah, we can stream, and maybe I can get back into my rhythm, and definitely message me on Facebook, and we'll work out, schedule like what's best for you and blah blah. I am doing some things that will be on schedule, so I'm not as open. I'm not utterly open, but I would definitely drop everything to stream with you. And I want to get Emmy on again. I think you stream with me and Emmy. Allison wants to stream. As soon as I open that door, there'll be all my old friends will pop up again. But this is I'm glad I did this and just decided to stream and whatnots. I'm glad most of all that it's freaking working, and curse the gods above that for so long it wasn't. It just added to my mental headspace of things going wrong. So yeah, this is cool. Is cool. Will do. I have an open schedule. Click on that. Never seems like I click on the messages quick enough. Or is a delay when I click and then it appears. It's minor, but will do. I have an open schedule. I've been thinking about streaming daily as a motivator to actually start doing more art. Don't think my internet is very good, and I don't have great equipment. I mean, that, I'm in the same spot, which is why I'm doing this in the first place. I know I can improve the lighting. The webcam and the light are two separate right now. So, but yeah, I mean, like we'll connect, we'll stream together, and whatever equipment, whatever you have, as long as as long as we can stream together, that's all that matters. I just had the day off. Normally I would have missed it while at the office. Cool. Glad you made it out. Okay, Chief, I'm going to go. Stay strong, Peter. Good to see you, Jay. Thank you. Bye. Bye, Wheel. Yeah, I think 45 minutes, which is coming up on, is good for a stream that I was only thinking about doing as a test and then deleting, which is why the title of this video is explode will explode. But you know what? I'm keeping it up, god damn it. Because Peter Retro Palmiotti is back, the master of the inks, as we know and love. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming by and saying hi and hey. It's great to see you, one and all. If you're watching this later and you're new to the channel, give this channel a sub, as they say. Give it a sub, give it a like, share my videos out. Most popular anchor in the world. I hope so. But yeah, until next time, adieu. No schedule yet, but stay tuned. Awesome. Yeah, message me. We'll talk soon. Take care, everybody. Love you, one and all. Keep making